I am Dana.
And I'm Matthew.
Welcome to the Nat20 Book Club. Woo!
Woo.
Very excited to talk about today's book. Um, but before we get to that, I just have to show off my mug real quick because I'm obsessed with it. It's Link, and he says, "You
Ooh.
have found coffee, all hearts restored."
Very nice, very nice. That is a very cute and adorable mug.
Yes, very cute and adorable, and I'm obsessed with it. Um, but anyways, Matt, we read a really fun book called
Yes,
I'm Starting to Worry About This Black Box of Doom, which is the most fun title.
yes.
It's by Jason Pargin. Um, and I had found this book, I was watching some sort of booktube video, and the person had read this, and she was like, it was so much fun. And I forget who it was. So apologies for that to that person. Great recommendation. But so I had gotten the physical copy of the book at Christmas, and a book club that I'm in and that your wife is in picked it to
Mhm.
read in the month of March.
Yeah.
So that's how I started, or how it came on my radar and why I picked it up. What about you, Matt?
So we usually pick books together and like beforehand.
You would,
And
oh, us?
yes, so
Yeah.
you and I. And so Jordan, my wife, told me that like, hey, Dana and I were reading this book for your all's book club, and she
Mm.
got the audio book version. And then one day we were in the car, and she's like, "Do you mind if I finish the chapter that we're listening to?" And after about like 25, 30 minutes of me listening, I'm like, "What is happening with this book?" So and then I was like, "Well, I have because it's not the normal thing that I pick up, as you
Hmm.
know." But at that point, I was like, "Okay, I gotta kind of gotta see what's going on." So then I picked it up, and then so now I'm also reading the book. Not although I'm not going to your book club,
Mm.
but I was like, Dana, we should make a video since we read the same book
Yeah.
um, on accident.
Yeah. But like a very happy accident.
Yes.
Because if you couldn't tell already, I loved this book. But just to give a short synopsis, um, this book follows a whole cast of characters, but we start following um, a guy named Abbott. He's a Lyft driver and also a Twitch streamer, but he gets a Lyft ride request from this woman, and she has this big black box that she's sitting on when he pulls up. And she's like, I will pay you a whole lot of money if you drive me in this box from California, where they're at, over to DC. And we have to be there in like 3 or 4 days. And she's like, you're not allowed to ask about the box, look in the box. Like, you can't know anything about the box. And so they start this cross country journey together, um, carting this black box from one side of the country to the other.
And it
And
all goes
that's,
perfectly smooth, doesn't it,
oh
Dana?
yeah, yeah, for sure. But that's the premise. And to me, that was like super captivating premise.
Hmm.
I was like, ooh, I could see how this could be really fun. And also like a big thing in this is like the main guy, Abbott. He's
Hmm.
a Twitch streamer, and so before he leaves, he hops on online and tells his followers that he's gonna be gone for a bit, and he's like really mysterious and vague about it.
Hmm.
Mostly because he's in a hurry and he's like trying to make sure his dad doesn't find out, et cetera, et cetera. And so his followers are just like, "Oh my god, what's happening?" And then it kind of starts this online spiral,
Yes, this
which
book
is
is a perfect example of how the internet starts out really good and
yeah.
can provide some really good information, like able people are able to come together, provide a common cause. But then
Mhm.
also that it doesn't take too much for it to start to spiral, start to
Mhm.
snowball, if you will, to all of a sudden like, hey, Abbott was a little weird to Abbott is now a murderer. He's hiding bodies and alien parts in this box, and he's planning to overthrow the government on the 4th of July.
Mhm.
In a matter of days.
Yeah, literally like 3 days,
Yes.
4 days, 4 days. Um, and it's so funny. that it all happens because one of the characters that you follow in the book too is a retired FBI agent
Hmm.
who her job had been to, kind of find people online who were planning like terrorist attacks and things like that. And so
Hmm.
this flag, like she has her thing so like she doesn't want to be retired and she's like
Sure.
going for her one last hurrah, I guess. But um she picks this black box fiasco up and she also starts contributing online on Reddit and like asking on different subreddits about Abbott and the woman that he's with. Her name's Ether,
Either.
Ether. And so like even the FBI is like contributing to
But
the chaos to a certain extent at the beginning, and then that helps the snowball continue to get bigger.
yes.
Um, but yeah, it's a wild ride, it
I
really
mean,
is.
Abbott's father managed to Hunter managed to get onto his son's Twitch stream chat and put he stole my gun, which probably was like the match that finally set it all ablaze. Like Abbott
Yeah,
set up like this pile of dynamite.
yeah,
Hey, I have to go to DC, gonna be gone for 2 weeks. Got this random request.
yeah,
Father comes in, throws a match on him by saying he took my gun, and now there's like,
yeah,
oh
yeah.
no.
So then everyone just starts trying to figure out what's in this black box, right? And so Ether and Abbott, as they're traveling across the country, they like talk about it, like what could be in the box. And Ether doesn't know what's in the box. I mean, she's of the opinion that it's not anything illegal, um, and he is less trustworthy of that. So, Matt, while you were reading this, did you have any guesses as to what was in the box? Did you think it was something illegal, or were you like, it's going
So
to be something super mundane?
So at the first part, I thought it was more of a social experiment. Like I thought this was almost like my thought went to this is a planned social experiment that it was all planned to have hype up this box and it was going to be empty. And then as we later learned the motivation of like who actually owned the box prior, I'm like, oh, okay, so it's not going to be empty. But I thought it
Mm.
was going to be this whole big thing. It was going to open up. It was going to be empty or like a firecracker to go like you all got hyped up and for nothing. Like this
Yeah.
is like shame on you all for getting caught in the trap.
Hmm.
That's where I thought it was going, and it did not end that way. As
No, no. I thought it was going to be something super innocent. Um, I didn't think it was going to be anything illegal, but
sure.
I mean, I won't say what was actually in the box. You do learn what's in the box at the end, but like
Mhm.
it wasn't completely innocent. It was not illegal necessarily
We don't shy
either.
away from
So
spoilers on this show, but like we're gonna leave that tidbit
yeah,
for the
yeah,
eager reader who
yeah,
hasn't read the book yet because
yeah.
it is hysterical. And we will talk
I
about how
loved it.
everyone was so deflated at the end. They're like, really? We 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 like almost like members of Congress and the Supreme Court nearly died for this.
Everyone thought that, yeah, it was going to be a terrorist attack on DC and all these high ranking politicians. And then it was not that at all. And what's so funny, well, I thought it was ironic, anyways, is that the thing that was in the box could have just been found online the whole
Yeah,
time. And so it's just so
except
funny to me.
except that what was in the cylinder that was
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But at least some of it they could have found online, which is what they ended up needing to do anyways.
yeah.
So like you have 350 pages of a book showing how the online community can just spiral, but then at the end it's like all these issues could have been avoided if you just looked online in the first place.
Yeah. I also think it's an
So,
important lesson on like be careful of what you read online, and especially like who's also moderating it. Because
yeah.
you read here that as the stories developing, several subreddits were created,
Yeah.
and the first one of the credit or subreddits was made was like this is going to be a free space. Everyone's going to be able to say whatever. It's not going to be heavily moderated. And then midway through the story, you see someone's like, "Hey, I don't think they're actually bad people. Like, I tried to like destroy their car and knock them off the road and wreck them, and I ended up wrecking
Yeah.
myself. And then they helped me get out of my car and saved my grandmother's cactus. Like, I don't think people who are trying to overthrow the government bother saving my cactus." And you see that that post was deleted from the
Yeah.
free space
Yeah.
moderation.
And I'll just
So
show like in the book, I don't know how well you can see it, but like they have like Reddit excerpts
yeah.
in here where they show like different subreddits in the posts within these different subreddits and how
Mhm.
they kind of develop and um but yeah, like the side quests that these guys end up going on too is just hilarious. I did get a little concerned on the rabbit one though, because as you know, I am a bunny mom. I have two bunny rabbits. So when they get involved with trying to find a lost rabbit, I was like, oh no, like this rabbit better make it,
Right.
it better survive. And it
Mhm.
does. I'll give that spoiler. The rabbit is fine, guys. but,
Yes,
um,
all
yeah,
was well with the rabbit.
yeah, the
Um,
side quests are so fun.
and
So
I
fun.
love the ending, how it kind of all ended with like basically had like kind of like three groups of people. You had Abbott and Ether who were driving the box across the country.
Hmm.
You had the FBI squad who
Hmm.
I guess maybe four groups. You have the FBI squad who's trying to track them down. You have the biker dude tracking them down, and then you had the internet. And
Yeah.
how kind of at the very end it was all kind of kumbaya, except the one group that was now charging like what $8.99 for their monthly newsletter. But
Oh yeah. That was funny. Yeah. One character that we haven't talked about yet was Zeke.
yeah,
In Zeke was one of Abbott's Twitch followers who saw him say, like, I'm going on this trip, I'll be gone, and saw Abbott's dad say he took the gun, and he just gets really worried and concerned about Abbott, and he like creates a subreddit mainly aimed at finding Abbott to make sure he's safe. And then we actually get to follow Zeke along that journey, and Zeke ends up teaming up with Abbott and Ether and the biker guy, and they all end up together at the end. But I thought he was such a good character. I loved him so
yeah.
much. He's a hentai artist. He does hentai commissions, and he has this van with giant hentai on it. So good. So funny.
Right. It's just it's
It's a
great.
fun time. It's a fun
It is a
time.
fun time.
But like dark as well. Like there were some
Sure.
some moments that were like, "Oh, that was a really dark detail that you just buried in there, Jason Pargin."
Yep.
Like did not miss that, but that was dark. So,
Yeah.
um
Which is what I
was
think
good.
that the book did well. Like, is I don't want to say this is a comedy, but but it's very light with humor throughout. But it doesn't shy away from like the deeper conversations of like
Mhm.
we kind of talked about earlier. Like, what is doom? What is like? What do you feel? Like, is the idea of like this black box of doom? Like, what's in there? Like, do you think it was going to be nefarious or not? And so the characters had to have conversations. Like, you see, Hunter Hunter Abbott's father and Key, the FBI agent, got together and they had a conversation of, do you think your son's actually trying to blow up Washington D.C. or not? And Hunter's
Mhm.
father having to come to the realization with that. You see Zeke trying to have to come to the realization of, was Abbott kidnapped? Is he going along with the plot? Like
Mhm.
where does that go? And you see that there's some deep moments and the author gets you to think about certain things that you wouldn't necessarily think about while also still keeping it like light and humorous throughout the book, which I thought was a really good balance of that, of like sudden
Yeah.
serious moments and but not letting the reader spiral in despair with the character, so to speak.
Yeah, yeah. And I think another good conversation that's kind of ongoing throughout the book is between Abbott and Ether, talking about phones and the internet
Mhm.
generally. Because to Ether, the black box of doom is her phone. It's the black
Yeah.
phone. and how it can like suck you in and makes you, or at least like the way that news is presented, media is
Yeah.
presented, a lot of times it's very negative. They want you to get pulled in by doomsday type topics and everyone's out to get you and things like that. Um, and like Abbott turns out to be an incel. Um, didn't see that coming. Maybe you did, I didn't. I was like, oh, it makes sense though. But like them having those conversations around that was really interesting. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah. But Matt, if you had someone offer you $200,000 to drive a box across the U.S., would you do it?
It's definitely one of those things that make you pause for a moment, but then you go,
Yeah.
for $200,000, you can overnight ship just about anything
Yeah.
for legitimate sources that will avoid all the things that the reason why they couldn't ship it.
Yeah.
Like I've got no. I think I would be like, wow, that's a missed opportunity I could have had if it ended up being completely innocent and been
Hmm.
happy to move on about my life. Would
Mm.
you, for $200,000, be like, hey, drop everything, go across the country?
Yeah, I would. I would.
Oh, a tale of two people.
That's fine. I mean, that's a lot of money.
It is.
So I think I would have the issue I would have is not being able to know what's in the box. That would
Sure.
be my point of unease. So,
Yeah. It's the not knowing box and not being able to have like a cell phone with you or any sort of way to communicate. To
mm,
be, you
yeah,
have to get into this car with a stranger with a box you know nothing about that they refuse to tell you about. I'm like, nah, man. I watched. We've seen enough horror movies. No, that's the
yeah,
way you get the character killed. Like
yeah.
you go after the fact. Like all the signs are there. Don't get in the car.
Hmm. Yeah, that was the other rule that she had, that Ether had for Abbott, was he couldn't bring any devices with him. I think that would be difficult for me as well. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a good time. Shall we give our final ratings?
We shall.
Okay. Do you want to say your spiel?
Yes. So here at Nat20 Book Club, we rate books between 1 through 20, like is like a D20 dice that you would play in D&D, a 1 being a critical failure and a 20 being a critical success. So Dana, on a D20 roll, what would you give this book?
I give it an 18.
Okay.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. I really liked the writing. Like it was paced so well. Like I was
Mhm.
engaged the entire time. It's been a while since I picked up a book where I was just like flip, 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 like
Yeah.
engaged, wanted to, I was thinking about it all day. Like it was
Mhm.
great. I think it got a little, the reason why it's not like a 19 or 20, it got a little, I, preachy is the word that comes to mind. That's not
Sure.
like quite what I'm looking for. There's probably a better word out there. But specifically with Ether talking to Abbott about, um, the black box of doom. And like
Mhm.
sometimes I was just like, okay, you've made this point, like let's go on to the
Let's move
next.
on.
Yeah, but I mean, that didn't make me enjoy the book less.
Sure.
I just kind of skimmed those parts sometimes.
Yeah.
So.
I get that, and you kind of bring up a point about like kind of the it being a little preachy. I will say for the most part, most of the characters in this book aren't necessarily described as like you expect to be like, oh, this is clearly the good guy, this is clearly the bad guy. Like they all
Yeah,
had
they're
parts
all
that
messed up in some way.
they all had things that you could relate to, but they were all like weird people and had
Yeah,
clearly issues.
yeah.
Um, even like your main quote unquote hero and heroine.
Hmm.
So I'm not surprised that some people are gonna read and be like, "Yeah, it's gonna be a little preachy," or Abbott, and you're like, "Man, that's like secular reasoning that gone off the rails, take a left
Yeah,
hook." So yeah, if
yeah.
I were to give the book a rating,
Hmm.
um, I was debating around it. Been debating about it. It's probably around a 15 or a 14. I
Oh, okay.
still like. I thought it was a great book. Um, I thought it had a really good points. It's not my normal read,
Hmm.
but I don't know. There's some things that probably I don't know. I want to I don't want to give it like 19 or 20, but I did read the book in like less than like 36 hours. So, I mean, take that for what you will. Maybe it should be more like an 18 for me as well, but probably like a 16. I think if I gave it like if I could on like Goodreads, I think I gave it 4 stars.
4 stars. Okay.
So like 4.5 stars, which is about a 16, 17 rating, I guess, on our scale if you transpose. But yeah, so
Okay.
a 16. I'll go with
16.
a 16.
Okay. I was like, you threw out like five different numbers throughout
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
16
that's
and
like
18.
it's a good book. It's really
It's a
hard to
good book.
place, you know?
Hmm.
Oh,
It is a very unique book. Very
yes.
unique. Yeah.
And apparently, according to people who read this book online, who have read other books by the same author, this is
Hmm.
like his worst book. So it can only go up from here, as from what I understand.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yeah. He's got a series, because I was looking at other books that he had wrote. And his series is called, the first one is like John Dies at the End or something like that. And it seems to have the same kind of flavor of humor,
yeah.
which I liked the humor in this, so I probably will pick up that series at some point and take a crack at it. So, but yeah, so that was our review of I'm Starting to Worry About This Black Box of Doom by Jason Pargin. Um, Please like and subscribe for more videos, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.